Imagine the feeling of catching a giant tuna. It's exhausting, but also incredibly exciting, right? Today, we're going to dive into that thrilling journey and explore the techniques of tuna fishing on the open sea. In 2024, Japan continues to lead the fishing industry with an impressive 450,000 tons of tuna caught. This video will share tips and techniques to help you experience tuna fishing out on the big blue ocean. Whether you're a fishing enthusiast or just want to try this exciting adventure, let's get started on this journey together. Japan is famous for its rich waters, especially off the western coast of Iki, Nagasaki Prefecture, where tuna is abundant. This area isn't just the perfect habitat for various types of tuna like bluefin, yellowfin, and striped tuna, but it also has a diverse marine ecosystem with clean, nutrient-rich waters. With a mild climate and plenty of food like squid, mackerel, and sardines, this sea is an ideal breeding ground for tuna. Japanese tuna is well known not only for its delicious taste and fresh quality, but also for its unique flavor, satisfying even the most discerning food lovers. See those tuna here? Oh my, they look huge, don't they? I wonder how much this one weighs. Can you guess? Unlike other content, today, we'll experience the traditional way of catching fish, fishing. I bet many of you love fishing, right? The feeling of holding the rod and pulling up the fish is so thrilling. The fishing rod bends like a bow, and my heart feels like it's about to jump out of my chest as the fish fights back. Sweat pours down, hands shaking, but when the fish starts to show itself, I just want to scream with joy. To have a successful tuna fishing trip, fishermen often begin their journey as early as 2 or 3 in the morning. This is the perfect time to head out to sea and prepare for a long day ahead. Once they reach a potential spot, the boats use advanced fish-finding technology to locate tuna schools. When found, live bait, usually mackerel or squid, is dropped into the water. Getting up early and working on the sea isn't easy, but this patience and hard work allow fishermen to catch large, high-quality tuna. Tuna fishing is not just about physical strength, it also requires patience and skill. Tuna are very sensitive and move constantly, disappearing from view in a split second. This requires fishermen to be patient and understand the movement patterns of the fish schools. Some days, fishermen might wait for hours or even the entire day without any sign of fish. Have you ever experienced that? Waiting on the vast ocean with only the sound of the waves and wind? It's all worth it when the line tightens and a giant tuna bites. When tuna is detected using sonar, fishing strategy becomes more important than ever. One common technique is to use live bait, like mackerel or squid, to attract the fish. You need to drop the bait deep and move it naturally so that the tuna thinks it's real prey. As for the technique of reeling in the fish, you need to pull the line slowly and steadily, avoiding sudden jerks when the fish bites, as this can scare the fish and cause the meat to burn, a condition called yaki. Tuna can weigh between 100 to over 450 pounds, so you need to adjust your strength and use the rod correctly to avoid breaking the line. Do you think you have the patience to fish for tuna all day? The feeling when a tuna bites is truly indescribable. If you've never fished for tuna before, imagine the sensation. Your hands tremble, the rod bends down, and your entire body tenses as you struggle to balance against the power of a massive fish. Tuna are powerful creatures, and they thrash and speed away with lightning speed when hooked. This makes controlling the line and adjusting your pull extremely important. You must stay calm, pull steadily, and wait patiently for the right moment to secure the catch. Once the fish tires, that's when you need to show your skill to bring it aboard. At this point, you'll see the large, shining fish glistening in the sunlight as it fights against you. After catching tuna, handling the fish quickly and carefully is crucial to maintaining the best quality meat. First, the fish needs to be bled immediately to prevent yaki, where the meat heats up from stress. This helps keep the tuna fresh and tender. Can you imagine the triumph of pulling such a massive fish onto your boat? It's a moment of pure joy, pride, and satisfaction. After bleeding, the fishermen remove the insides and place the fish in ice to preserve it. Tuna is usually stored in large ice boxes, and it's essential to be careful not to damage the belly of the fish, which contains the best meat for sashimi. In particular, avoiding rough handling during storage is important because tuna skin is very delicate and easily bruised. Did you know that even a small scratch on the skin can significantly lower the value of the tuna on the market? That's why the process of handling tuna after it's caught is crucial to maintaining the highest quality of the meat. Among the different types of tuna, yellowfin and bluefin are the most sought after. Yellowfin tuna usually appears in the summer, from May to September, weighing between 45 to 110 pounds. On the other hand, bluefin tuna, though rarer, is far more valuable. However, tuna fishing must be done sustainably to protect marine resources and prevent overfishing, which harms the ecosystem. Tuna, especially bluefin, is an incredibly valuable food source in the international market. In Japan, tuna is the key ingredient for famous sashimi and sushi dishes, contributing to the country's unique culinary culture. In 2024, the global tuna industry is estimated to be worth around $10 billion, with bluefin tuna accounting for a large portion of that. At famous fish auctions, like Tsukiji, a single bluefin tuna can sell for up to $3 million, an astonishing figure. Can you believe that a fish can be worth that much? The tuna market isn't just limited to Japan. Japanese tuna is exported to many countries like the US, South Korea, and Europe. Bluefin tuna in particular is always a premium item at upscale sushi restaurants. However, the high economic value also leads to illegal fishing and smuggling activities, which have even attracted criminal organizations. To combat this, many countries, including Japan, have implemented stricter regulations on tuna fishing to protect this precious resource. With its huge economic value and the growth of the international market, tuna is not just a food source, but also a symbol of the global fishing industry. Do you think this industry will continue to grow even stronger in the future? Tuna fishing is not only an exciting experience, but also brings great economic value. The feeling of pulling a giant tuna onto your boat is unforgettable, right? And have you ever dreamed of experiencing the process of preparing and enjoying a giant bluefin tuna? If not, today we're going to embark on this exciting journey together with a massive 150 kilograms tuna brought from an auction in Okinawa. Bluefin tuna from Okinawa is always a dream for seafood lovers, and this one is no exception. Just look at it. Wow, you have to see it in person to really appreciate it. It's over 2 meters long and incredibly fresh. With its enormous size and total weight of up to 250 kilograms, when including the ice, transporting this tuna was no easy task. Its length of over 2 meters and thick body made it difficult to even fit in the vehicle. Even getting the tuna into the house was quite the challenge, but with patience and technique, we made it happen. Let's start by handling the head of the tuna, an exciting yet challenging step. To cut off the head, which weighs around 15 kilograms, we had to use a specialized saw. And as you can imagine, the bones of a tuna are incredibly hard, making the cutting process quite tough. Every time we pushed the saw down, it felt like battling with a true sea warrior. But once we finished this step and saw the clean cut of the tuna's head, I couldn't help but feel proud. It was like overcoming a long, tough journey. But that was just the beginning. The bright red meat revealed from the head had us all buzzing with excitement. Have you ever thought that preparing a tuna could be this thrilling? After removing the head, we moved on to handling the fins and the collar. If you've ever had grilled tuna, you know the collar is one of the best parts. Cutting through those meaty pieces with the soft, fatty white marbling made us eager to throw it on the grill. The first few times we cut the collar, we lost quite a bit of meat due to lack of experience. But by the second attempt, we carefully preserved more of the delicious fat, making the collar perfect for a grilling feast. Tuna fat is truly the treasure of the sea, and every slice made me even more eager to taste it. Can you imagine how that rich, sweet fat melts in your mouth? It's amazing. Because of the tuna's enormous size, instead of filleting it into 3 parts like a typical fish, we had to divide it into 5 parts to make it easier to handle. For this, we used a large, very sharp knife, but the challenge was that the bones were too hard and the meat too heavy. You can feel the difficulty with each cut, but every slice of bright red meat and rich fat that emerges is a well-deserved reward. Filleting a giant tuna requires precision and patience. Seeing those perfect pieces of meat after each cut left me in awe. You know, just looking at it is enough to tell how fresh and delicious this tuna is. That makes me appreciate every moment of the preparation even more, and I can't wait to start tasting it. Now it's time to prepare the best fillets for sashimi and other dishes. To ensure the best flavor, we had to remove the parts with blood. This keeps the meat fresh and increases the quality of the dishes. Every time we cut away the bloodied sections, it felt like we were preparing for a culinary masterpiece. It's so exciting. Cutting sashimi from bluefin tuna is truly an art. We carefully selected the best cuts, including medium fatty tuna and extra fatty tuna. Each thin slice had a beautiful layer of white fat marbled with bright red meat. We also removed the fibrous parts of the fat to ensure that when eaten, the sashimi melts in your mouth, leaving a rich, sweet flavor. After finishing the cuts and arranging the freshest sashimi on the plate, I couldn't contain my excitement. Have you ever dreamed of biting into a fresh piece of tuna with the fatty part melting in your mouth? If so, bluefin tuna sashimi will surely be unforgettable for you. In addition to sashimi, we decided to make crispy fried tuna, katsu. The process involves seasoning with salt and pepper, dipping it in flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs, and frying it for about 40 seconds. Everything seemed perfect until we tasted the first piece, and a big surprise happened. The fried tuna was so fatty, it was almost like eating fried beef fat. The richness was overwhelming, and we couldn't help but be amazed. Still, this difference made the experience unique and unforgettable. Every step of preparing the bluefin tuna was a memorable experience. From the hard work of handling the giant fish to the delicate slices of sashimi and the surprising fried tuna, we discovered the richness and elegance of Japanese cuisine. Bluefin tuna is not just food, it's a symbol of creativity and art in the culinary world. And if you ever get the chance, you absolutely must try bluefin tuna at least once. I'm sure its amazing flavor and uniqueness will leave a lasting impression. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on our next exciting videos. See you next time.